Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? You guys, I'm so excited because I had such a lovely day and I wanted to share this. I brought my car into our local garage, who's owned by this just lovely, lovely soul. And he always works so hard, and he's such a gentleman, and he's so unbelievably awesome. And we just wanted him to look at something and see if there was something could be done, because I was having like antifreeze that was leaking out. And so he was doing all this investigating, spending all this time in it, putting all this stuff under to determine where the leak was, because it could be an expensive and hazardous process to the rest of the engine in the car. And he was so unbelievable. He was like, and he had it for like a week and kept checking and doing all this work. And then when we went in, he's like, you can do this and just spray this, it'll be fine. Where he could have, were we not to know him and what an awesome guy he was, charged us anything, said anything, how would we to know any differently, right? He's like, no charge, I didn't do anything, I couldn't do anything, because if I did, it'd be a very expensive process and it could damage the rest of your engine, so on and so forth. Just buy this stuff, it'll help it. He was so awesome. So right after that, I went into our local Fairway and I just was like, I'm going to create this guy like the summer snackety snack beauty basket of like every fairy's dream. And I got almonds and big fresh fat cherries, and I got all these like plates of sushi that was all packaged up, and beautiful sandwiches, and all my favorite things, and things I thought that him and the other mechanics would love too. It was like just like everything I could think of. All these beautiful, crispy, yummy cookies, and just and practical things, like bananas and almonds and all that stuff, and put it all together, and then just snuck in the side and left on his desk with a thank you note. And I felt so happy and galvanized from that, because I thought, thank goodness for people like that in the world that will be honest and are like, they still should, like, I believe, charge you for their hourly work and checking things out. But he didn't do that, because he didn't think that he benefit or made the car increased in value or had to actually take a wrench to it. He's just like that. He was so wonderful. And Ian was so funny. Ian's like, do you know every time you come in there with me, he doesn't charge me? And I never tell Ian that on every holiday or whenever I'm around there, that I go and I get them all snacks and I drop off a bag, like Thanksgiving and other times, because I love them. I adore them. And my dad was a race car driver, and I know what it is to fix engines and get into all of that. And it just made my day. And I was like, it was just such a lovely day. I wanted to share that with you. So I wanted to see you guys. I was really compelled. I was watching Marissa Peers as well as Jack Canfield. And if you guys aren't aware who that is, he is the author and the whole beginning process of all the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And I was watching this beautiful, great thing on YouTube with both of them talking, and it really galvanized me into wanting to do this read on where you're going to be in 6 months and how you can change it for the better, because it was simply on the premise that they were talking about, and I believe in this wholehearted. Optimistic people have high levels of, healthy things that combat disease. People that have worry and fear, that lowers your immune system. And at this time and what's going on in the world, we need our immune system to be at its best. So since it's our thoughts that then become an emotion, let's try to take control of our thoughts and have good thoughts. And he was talking about, first, let's just try to identify what we want. That's it, folks. Let's identify what we want. So if you just created like a white picture frame in your mind, ask yourself, what is it I want? It's usually not something that is completely out of our grasp. But what happens is our thoughts tell us through whatever that we're not worthy of this. So this is time for us to all step up and go, I'm worthy of my dreams and what I want. And then we have to picture how we can get it, right? I'll give you an example. When I said I want to have a YouTube channel and I want to do readings and I want to have time for my jewelry and cultivate a really good process where I can spend my day in creativity as opposed to working a 9 to 5 for somebody else. So I went about how to get that. I started getting all my resources. I started promoting things. I started getting the right equipment and listening to professionals in that field, and went about it that way. Now, the most important thing is how to enjoy it. You can have people that go and they work. They are bankers, they are lawyers, they are everything, and they create this huge abundance when it comes to finances, but they just keep working. They don't know how to sit back and enjoy it, because the first step is to know that you are worthy of it, okay? Anything good that comes your way, love, money, whatever it is, know that you are worthy of it. That is the last step. That is the turning of the Hierophant key that says, this came to you because you earned it. You are worthy of it. That's why a lot of actors that get like an instant part in wealth often turn to drugs and depression, because they don't think they're worth it. They had a father or a mother that, you know, did something and made them feel a certain way. So they're pre-programmed to think they are not worthy. They were in certain relationships where other people demeaned or degraded them. So they think they're not worth it. So they turn to self-harming, things of that nature. Know that you're worth it regardless. I don't care where you came from. If you came from the wealthiest households, if you came from the streets or you live in a trailer park, it doesn't matter. We all have equal worth. Intrinsically, we all share a beautiful vibrational energy where we want what's best for our family, and we're all worthy of getting that. But we have to say, what do we really want? What are our natural gifts? Because that's way things come to us with ease. We don't have to struggle if we're working with our gifts, right? Whether it is speaking, whether it is singing, whether it is painting, whether it is creating beautiful food. Start with that, okay? Now, how to get it? I'm going to start, and I am going to become really polished in this. I'm going to watch other people that do this, that reached a level that I respect, and I'm going to learn that, okay? And then how to enjoy it. When it comes in, know that you are worthy of this. When people are receiving whatever you have to offer to the world, be like, I put in my time and my effort and my resources to earn this, and I am worthy of it. But also recirculate that gratitude and abundance and deliver nice things as well. So you guys, we have 3 card choices, and I have certain stones out here for a certain reason. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm also wearing a certain stone. I just made some new pieces last night. I wasn't sure why I was doing them. I was meditating before it, and then I realized after why. It was these specific stones. So the garnet hearts, because it's about passion, joy, and energizing. Garnets promote strong and lasting relationships. They help fill our life with passion and inspiration, because it brings our creative powers to fruition. It's not just a thought. It becomes a process, a deed, a focus, an intention, an actual action. And we have follow through. We talk to that person. We paint that picture. We make that beautiful leather handbag, right? The garnet stone has a long tradition to support and help your business and career. I'm surrounded by garnets. I love them. That is my stone. That's why I made these in hearts to remind us to love ourselves, love our passion, and work with our heart. Secondly, I made some more fluorites, and I really reduced these. These are only $15 in my store, and I can make them into earrings, because when you see them this size, I made them lightweight. I made the silver plate metal really light, so when you see it, like in regards to my ring, it's not gigantic, as you can see. And I only have 3 garnets made, but those can be made into a set of earrings. You guys can message me whatever you want. Okay, now fluorites are a protective stone. They cleanse our auras. They repel negativity. They stabilize energy. I feel extraordinarily like channeled and directed when I have fluorites around. It stabilizes, right? So we don't get monkey mind and we don't get distracted. It increases confidence, and it is so beautiful and focused and concentration like you can't believe. It just does something. It's that, all is well. I'm not in a hurry. I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it kind of energy. Really important. I feel so good after I listen to people that are just friggin' fantastic. And I got to tell you, I love Jack Canfield. He shares this story, you guys, and it almost made me cry. And if you want to come through to the end of the video, I'll share this story with you. He's so beautiful. I can't believe he experienced this in his life, and he came out the other side so beautifully, and it made me cry. And I was like, now I got to make a video, because I feel empowered because of his story. And it's very brief, and it's so beautiful, and he's amazing. And I'm also going to show you a trick that he showed me. I'll show you visually on camera how to do this if you stay through to the end, or you can skip through to the end. So you guys, the last thing, and I'm wearing green jades, I'm wearing green agates, I'm wearing Preonite. Now, I call it Preonite, but it's really Pranite, I think. Now, I love this. It's for paranormal gifts. It's for angels. It's for serenity. It is an excellent stone to improve your psychic abilities, and it takes you to a higher level. You know, use during like meditation and all of that helps you develop your intuition. And I also definitely feel it helps you conjure your contact with your angels up to your archangels and other celestial bodies. And it looks just like this. This is the Pranite portion. And then I have jades mixed in with green agates and aventurine, which is a serious wealth stone. We're talking, drawing in abundance. So I just have all these things. I feel supercharged. Sometimes I forget I'm surrounded by all my beads, and I'm like, put them on and do that. And I'm not kidding you guys. As soon as I put on my bracelets, I had money coming into my PayPal. I just envisioned that. I mean, that's how it works. Yes, I do a service for that, but it helps businesses. It definitely does. So you guys, deep breath and calming, and then we're going to begin, and we will go over your choices. I need a sip of my Fresca. I'm so happy I got some Fresca today. Fresca. Okay, guys, number 1 is the Dragon Fae, Goddess Tiamat. You are stronger than you think. Number 2, the Morgan, take action. Yeah, we can have some kind of dream, but we have to take action, right? The Listener, sacred silence. I needed this today too, to be able to meditate and then get myself prepared to ingest really good, rich information so I didn't have monkey mind. Whenever I'm listening to Marissa Peers, Jack Canfield, any of the heavy hitters, I want my mind clear. So I just had calm time before that, because I feel like I am constantly, every day, I need to learn new things to up my game and my understanding of why I'm going to all these places, and I have access to this knowledge, and it helps ground me and share it intelligently and wisely, without just having part and parcel. I want the full story on things before I convey it to you. Okay, you guys, so we're going to begin with the Dragon Fae. Okay, so right away, I want to go into my little charm basket and see what your message is. How beautiful is this? Your past, I think I have to tap on it. Yeah. Your past does not define you. Your past does not determine who you are. Your past prepares you for who you are to become. I love that so much. I love that. It's so true. So that's saying something like this. If you were bullied, say you have this feeling like you were bullied on a playground, what we need to remember is we are not worthy of being bullied. We are not worthy of abuse, but it helps us become stronger. It helps us to then define boundaries and say, no, you know what? I'm not going to be spoken to like that. You're not going to lay a hand on me. That is a deal breaker, that sort of energy. So you know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable to you. So let's see what is coming for you guys and how you'll be changing. Let's see. We have, I love this. So we have the dream catcher, dreaming your wisdom. So this is saying, first, you're formulating a plan. And this was one of the things that I was listening to, and I loved this. It's your mindset right now. This one we want to get in our mindset. And this is described by Jack Canfield, interestingly enough, a combination of the thoughts you think that then produce the feelings you experience, right? So you're getting a thought, right? It can be a combination, can be a whole bunch of thoughts in your head. You get to choose those thoughts. If an icky, sticky, nasty one comes in there, like you're not smart enough, you can't do that. You say, you know what? That's just a thought. That is not a feeling, and that's not truly how I feel about myself. And you just flick it away, visualize it disappearing, and then say to yourself, I have the mental capacity to do anything I want. I can remember what's important. I can write it down and clarify. I'm going to have any information I need to have follow through and be professional together and have the highest arc of learning that I can possibly get in my life. And by doing this, you're reinforcing your self-worth and knowing and who you are. Just because a thought comes in, like a lot of people do get this, and I remember through a lot of studies I was doing, some of the first things that come in are never good thoughts. It's so scary. I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too dumb, I'm too this, I'm too that. Guess what? Those aren't even your thoughts. That is something that somebody said to you on a playground, in a classroom, in a mean situation that stuck with you because it hurt your psyche. It hurt your mental state. So it stayed with you. So it echoes. It just echoes and bounces around your head. It becomes a thought, but guess what? It doesn't have to become a reality, and it certainly doesn't have to become an emotion. So we're going to change that. So the new thought is, I'm very smart, I'm very capable, I'm very worthy, I'm very lovable. And then you are going to produce the feelings that you experience. I am very lovable. I'm going to go out and have eye contact with people, say hello, make plans with people, be generous. That's where you're headed. You're ready for a nice social arc where you feel confident, because I will tell you what, as an observer, I know I'm a strange kind of entity where I don't really have fear. I wasn't born or put in predicaments where I felt fearful. Like I don't really have a fear of anything, anyone, or any place. Like I just don't operate like that, because my mind is like, everything's an opportunity and fun, and I really genuinely do love people, and I'm not afraid of them. I will stand up to anything or anybody. I just don't have any kind of inferiority complex or any of that. I just grew up in a crazy, gregarious, fun household where my mother was like me. My father was a very together, solid, beautiful human being. I had 4 older brothers, and I got to learn a ton from them, and people were just, into sports and everything, and it was just very vivacious. And I think too, I'm a super fortunate person where I never felt threatened. I never had abuse of any kind, so I never felt threatened, so I didn't see the world or people as that way. So I have so much sympathy and empathy, and I have very good friends that were abused in many different levels, and it still affects them to this day, their trust in other things. So we need to rewrite our story if that's taking place. Now we're dreaming and knowing that we can obtain whatever we want, a healthy outlook on ourselves. It's not our fault that somebody hit us when we were young. It's not our fault that somebody told us we were stupid, some, misaligned teacher. It's not our fault that some coach in Little League told us that we didn't have a sporting bone in our body. It's not our fault that somebody misused or abused our trust, right? Let's get this new story, right? Let's get this new thing so the feelings we experience are good. I am now in control of my experience. And if you guys come listen to the end story of Jack Canfield, you'll understand how easy it is and how beautiful for somebody like him to have turned out the way he did with what he experiences. Amazing. So again, you guys, you're ready. It's like you're ratifying your own constitution. I have feelings. I can express them safely. I belong here. All of that. And you're just like, you're in this new stage of where you're brave, you're bright, you're comfortable, you are enthusiastic about life. You're no longer envious. You're just thankful. In 6 months, you're going to be able to say exactly what you want, how you want to say it in a beautiful way. Let's see what else is coming for you guys. You have this beautiful, wild, pure heart. Because you feel protected and not neglected anymore, you feel free. You feel free to express yourself, dress how you want, have any color hair you want, shave your head if you want, have tattoos. Expressing yourself in a physical sense is just a small portion of it, but you're going to be this beautiful, wild heart where you just go out like, a Cyndi Lauper is just so expressive like that. Pink, all of those, people that are mavericks in the world, you're just going to go out. If you want to wear a flower crown while you're shopping in the store, you're going to do it. If you want to craft and create these beautiful hand soaps and just sell them at a market and talk to people around it about it because you're excited, you're going to do it. You're going to be galvanized and ready to go. Like a beautiful fluttering butterfly. You're going to have inner strength that you didn't know. Things that used to incapacitate you are going to be a thing of the past, like a mere thought bubble. Like, why did I ever let that stop me? Why did I ever let that thought become an emotion that stopped me from living my dream? No longer. You're going to go out there, and what used to think was nutty, you're now like, this is awesome. I'm going to be famous. Like that kind of excited, exhilarated energy. I have this purpose in life. We all have it, but we have to exercise it, practice, and educate ourselves on it. Yes. And once we do that, we go out with the premise that very little people in the world have confidence. It is that fake it till you make it confidence. It is an insecurity that comes out as bravado or, it's almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like aggression, because they act aggressive because that's fear. People that are confident and have their shit together don't go out yelling at people and it's like just people that lean in and they're too heavy and they're too forceful. It's because they're trying to convince their self that they're okay. So know how few people really have their act together, and that you're going to be able to just go out there and try. Who cares? You've got other people are always going to be frantic and crazy, but this is you being hungry for the person that you know you can be. Massive changes in your self-confidence, you guys. You are going to produce some things of beauty that you're not even going to believe you are capable of, because you're giving yourself permission to. Be beautiful energy, group 1. I love that for you. If I sound emotional, I'm having such an emotional day. I'm having all these beautiful breakthroughs and understandings and undercurrents that, I previously was too busy to recognize. I mean, I have been jam-packed for the last week with reads and everything else, so I didn't have my meditative educational days that I need, and I had that today, so I just feel so refreshed with that. You guys, amazing, amazing energy. If you need any information, all my links are down below for my Etsy store. Come check out all your stuff. I put things, really super reasonably priced down there. Come see me on Instagram so you can win free jewelry, so you can win stuff. If you subscribe over here and you come over there and follow me there, you're automatically entered in all the contests. So please do that. That's Sparkwist11. If you need a private read, again, the little gray arrow will bring you to all the links. Love to you guys. You're ready for this. You're ready to go. Yep, full steam ahead. Beautiful. I need a sip of my beverage so I don't pass out. I want to just show you this close up because it's like a true fire garnet, which I love, really high grade. Every once in a while, because I have to make sure stuff is ethically sourced and I'm getting stuff. I stones are very important because they carry an energy of where they came from and how they were handled, right? So it's like that's why sometimes I don't have a lot of something and I only have like 3 of these. I'm gonna breathe, you guys, because it's like I'm just so happy and stoked for today, and I'm happy that my vitality is returning because I almost thought I was going to suffer a little bit of work burnout. I was just like doing mega reads, and I got in like kind of this momentum where I was staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was becoming a bit much. And now I'm like, hey, self-care and chill out, and that's what's happening. So now I see work as adventurous and fun again, as opposed to, oh my gosh, where's all my equipment, right? So pause. I'm going to have a sip of this, and then we're going to go on to number 2. Okay, you guys. So now we're on to number 2, the Morgan. So taking action. So right away, you guys, with getting this card, I feel that you're going to be taking decisive action towards your dreams. You're going to be knowing where you want to go. You're going to be focused. You're going to be able to facilitate the change that you need. And you'll be feeling that lack of restlessness is going to be gone. Like where you're not like, like I have to push. You'll feel the reason why we're here is to experience life on a joyful level, to have calm, where you're going to be able to just cultivate whatever you want in your own space now, knowing all is well, you have all the time in the world and you won't feel rushed and harried, nor will you feel any lack mentality. You'll just feel very capable because you're taking action. What makes me feel the least productive in my life is where I have an idea and I don't take action on it. Wow, it's beautiful out. I should go for a walk. And then I just think about it. And then later I'm like, damn, you didn't do that. The most successful people in the world usually have 3 things. They have their state of health in mind. So they take care of themselves. They exercise and meditate, so on and so forth. They take action on their good ideas and impulses. I have to do this and I have to force myself. Oh my gosh, I'm the biggest lazy daisy sometimes because I'll be in study mode and I'll be like, it's hard for me to transition. I'm writing. And then I'm like, I have to get my sneakers. I have to go there. So what I do is I just go. I don't talk myself out of it or overthink. I'm like, I just go get my sneakers and I continue to think my happy thoughts and I almost go on autopilot to go do that. So do that. Have your pen and paper when you feel like you should be writing and doing things. Get that pen and paper and just start doing it. You'll thank yourself for it, okay? This is to be joyful. Now, I loved when I was listening to some other things today because I pictured this like as the rings of time. Like throughout the day, what did I do that was joyful? When I first wake up, I reach for feelings of gratitude. And that's what you're going to be doing. I'm so gratitude for my animals, for my family, for my health, whatever it is, or increase in health. So once you do that, then you're on the next ring of time. What am I grateful and joyful for now? I'm going to have a beautiful breakfast and an awesome coffee, and I'm going to relax and ease into the day. Next ring of time. What brings me joy? I'm going to step outside and just smell the flowers and hear the birds and be happy to be alive. Easing yourself into every new transition of the day. You're just going to be learning that. We have to constantly be on a learning curve of things where, what did I do yesterday? In this ring of time, I felt unhappy and I felt heavy. Why? Because I ate a whole bag of Doritos. I watched Netflix for 44 hours straight and I didn't move a muscle. And all I did was think all these thoughts of what a stinker I am for not taking advantage of a beautiful day. So as soon as you have that thought, don't let it be an emotion because we deserve rewards. We deserve rest days. We deserve Netflix and chills. But we don't need to beat ourselves up about it, but we also need to transition back into the healthiness. Let me eat some fruit today to compensate. Let me go for a mile-long walk to compensate for the stillness of yesterday. All of that. You're going to have good thoughts that help you. I love that. So I want to pull your charm for you out of the bag. So let's see. I'm having a hard time reading this. What lies before us and what lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within you. Absolutely. What you did yesterday, unless by going back and tapping into it brings you more joy because you're proud of yourself, doesn't matter. What is up ahead, we don't want to project way into the future because we want to say, what's within me now to initiate change or the next best thing? What is my next best object? My next best focus. If I'm in front of the refrigerator, I don't necessarily always have to reach for heavy cream. I can have almond milk. I can reach strawberries instead of ice cream, so on and so forth. Hey, I'm in a room with somebody I love and they're very antsy and confrontational. What I can do instead of saying something negative like this person must hate me or this person is a jerk is what made them get to this point? Something terrible must have happened to put them in this emotional state. So we're no longer reactive. I have to do that. I have two teenagers, and sometimes, they're a little punchy or they or like the perfect word I can think of for like teenagers if they're in a grumpy mood is they want to nitpick things. It's like, why is this there? Where's this? Where's my skateboard? How come we're out of milk? All this stuff. So they're already reactionary. They're already in a bad mood. Maybe their friend said something nasty to them online. Maybe they're pressurized by, their workload of school that they still have to do in the summer. Maybe, there is some issue going on in the world. Maybe they have a deep-seated fear of everything that's crazy in the world right now. Whatever it is, we have compassion and we slow down because we're in a restful, joyful place. So you're going to be able to react beautifully to that. You're going to be able to have sound reasoning and calmness and no reaction, no like reactivity, because you realize when you're in a good head and heart space, you heal and help others. When we fight and argue and get reactive, helps zero people, starts trouble, misaligns our energy, makes us then like overeat and over respond and overreact, and then go kick the cat or whatever. Just saying, you know what I mean? It is a chain reaction. But when we spread love and understanding by saying, they said this beautiful thing on the podcast. Instead of say your significant other misses your birthday, instead of looking at my significant other missed my birthday, they must not love me. Instead, you look at it, this person I love forgot my birthday, or this person that loves me forgot my birthday. What in the world can be going on in their world that is so distracting? Probably something painful and hard. So instead of blaming and lashing out, you're going to be able to go, whoa, let me look at this perspective I have. Your perspective is beautiful because you choose joy. And when we choose joy, guess what? Our immune system is bolstered. Our self-worth, self-care, self-confidence is bolstered. We have healthy, strong boundaries. That's where you're going to be at. And nobody or nothing is going to mess with you and your dreams and your goal. You understand those rings of time. You get and you build upon them. Really beautiful. You're going to be able to communicate to yourself beautifully, be efficient with your time, really start and implement and establish a new way to do things that bring in revenue streams for you. You're just really going to have your act together. Again, we've got to sometimes map out what we want and where we're going. Again, that simple premise of knowing what we want, how to get it, and then how to enjoy it. That's it. And you're going to get that. Beautiful energy group too. I love that for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. You guys come see me on Instagram so you can win all your free jewelry. My link is down there for that. Your reads, my Etsy store, everything. Garnets are like my empowerment stone. I just feel like everything, it's almost like it gives me that extra gear of confidence, and it does definitely bestow that kind of passionate energy on you for sure. And remember, your past doesn't determine who you are. It just prepares you for who you become. That whole premise of what doesn't kill you really does make you stronger, because you realize I'm not going to settle for that. Nobody's ever going to diminish or dismiss me. Nobody's ever going to speak down to me or try to hurdle one of my boundaries. Nobody's going to use my resources against me wanting that, because I'm sure as hell not going to say yes to that. Let's take this for an instance. Say you have a fear of asking somebody for money back that you loaned to them. Because you're afraid they will be disrespectful or whatever. They're already disrespecting you by not bringing it up or paying it back. So they've already dismissed you in that regard. So this is where you stand up for yourself and go, unless there are certain cases, where people just don't have it. But if you know they have it, guess what? They're already not honoring who you are by not repaying that, doing the honorable thing, right? Somebody borrowed that dress and they're not giving it back to you. They've already kind of like are completely self-serving and thinking of themselves. So again, they're not respecting your boundaries. So you got to double up on your boundaries and be like, oh, thanks, I'm on my way. I'll come pick up that dress right now. Thanks. Honest to goodness, you'll feel strong and empowered, and that's the way to go. So beautiful group two. So now we're on to number 3, which is the listener. I love this. sacred silence. And I needed to do this for myself today. I needed to take time away. I had a bunch of things going on, and I had to get to the post office. I had to go to, the garage and do all that. And when I got home, I just heard, relax and listen. Listen, create silence for yourself, and it will create an option for you to do the next best thing for yourself to calm down because you've had a heavy workload. Totally chilled. Watched a stand-up comedian. I love Jim Gaffigan. He's so funny. He just kills me. I just love him. And I did that. I had a little nap and I woke up, and then I listened to my podcast and my people that I learned from that I really love and respect. And I felt better, and I recovered from that. We need sacred silence. Outside provides that for us. Just animals, just birds, all of that. So let's see what some of your messages are, and we're going to go get your charm too. Oh, I love that she dreams of faraway places and daring adventures. And you will be. You're ready for this. You're ready to go on what looks like one of your bucket lists. I always feel like stagnancy in life creates this heaviness within us, and you want to move and boogie and discover. And I feel like some of you guys are just getting that traveling bug. You want to Airbnb the hell out of the whole universe and go places. You want to be by water, on lakes, in woods, in places, and you've been thinking about it. Tell you what, take that step and do it immediately right now for yourself. I did that with my Stonehenge adventure because Ian said, oh, my parents, they're getting up in there in age and we should go see them. And you can do some things at Stonehenge. I said, do it right now. Like that night, I was like, he booked the flights and we had everything in place because I said, everybody puts their dreams on hold. They'll say they'll do it tomorrow. It adds up to months and to years. Just do it right now. Start researching it. Start writing down, start mapping out this. And you're going to do this. Right when I'm saying this, it's 4:44 p.m. my time. So I feel like some of you guys know we can have all these beautiful thoughts circulate, but unless we have thorough follow through on it and we book that flight, I know the world is a little crazy right now, but do what you can to map out the potential of this. Writing things down starts to galvanize you in that direction. Envisioning it, picture this white frame in your head of this happening and just see it and see what's going on because it's time for this. So let's look at you. You have the fly high card. In like 6 months, you're not going to recognize yourself. You're going to have gone to places you can't believe that you actually booked the plane, the train, or got in your car and went and did. You're furthering your education in a way that you didn't think that you had the metal to go do, but you're like, you know what? I want more experience. I want to do this. I'm taking this course. I'm going to get this, and you are going to get there. You're looking beneath the surface of why you want this thing and realizing why it has true meaning in your life and going after it and making it happen. And look at this. You also have justice prevail. If you are in any kind of sticky situation right now, legally or otherwise, things are coming out in your favor. In 6 months, you are going to have custody of your children. You are going to have that windfall of money that's owed you. You are going to have that back pay. You're going to have your due and your just due. And a very easy way to bring all this about is using the law of attraction. Envisionment is a huge energy. When you say things out loud, it creates a vibration. It creates an energy. And then when you use your mindset to know that you are deserving of this, it's coming your way, and you envision it, you create a kind of chain effect, a butterfly effect to bring it to yourself. You're manifesting things really beautifully. I'm really excited. You're going to see yourself in places that you're like, wow, you've had a gritty experience with some things, and now you're ready to just stop fluttering around and get into this. No more of this melted, nonsensical kind of feeling. You're like, no more anxiousness, none of that. It's like you're just ready. You're ready for this. I feel like you're ready to just get in a place of free thinking, imaginative, naturally artistic energy where you're easily inspired by things and, filled with fiery passions, and be motivated and get in action and get driven, and knowing that this past or any hardships don't define you. You're moving into the future with strength and vitality. You're going to have what you want. You really are. You're going to have this high-minded vision of yourself and see yourself, more refined, more simplified, a more easy state of life where you're not rushed or harried, and you're going to arrive at that. You're going to feel nurtured. You're going to feel generous. You're going to feel helpful, and people are helping you. You're going to be exuding this easy confidence, and because you're naturally assuming that things are going to turn out well, they do. I mean, people have no idea how powerful that assumption is. And I've just had it because I've watched it in my life. And because of that, I've never broken a bone, been hospitalized, or been ill. Like, honestly, I don't even know anybody else that can say that. I've had like a little tiny bout of a flu and things like that, but nothing else. Both of my pregnancies went without a hitch, like nothing. I never threw up or got sick once, because what I did was I knew the power of suggestion to myself, and I said, all is well. I'm so excited for this kid. Everything's going to go beautifully, and it did. So when we think of that with our finances, with our family, with our relationships, it starts to take place. We envision the best possible outcome, and we make it happen. We set the energy and the trajectory of that to happen, and we manifest it. If you listen to Jack Canfield and you listen to, again, any of the heavy hitters that speak on this, it's true. We get ourselves in a positive alignment with our true path purpose. And because of that, positivity cuts down on illness. It cuts down on nervousness. It cuts down on ill will towards others. It cuts down on negative thinking. And it just... positive thinking is going, yes, I can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Let's all do this. And you want to help and heal all of that. And you're just going to see yourself in a place of beauty. But again, you're going to be taking calm pauses for yourself. You're not going to be inundated. Calm pauses. Okay, you guys. So that is you beautiful energy. I'm so excited for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. Now, if you guys want to hear really quickly the Jack Canfield story that legit made me cry. He was sharing stories of saying, think of that feeling when you feel bad, that area of your body where it feels tight and constricted. When did you feel like that? And he says the majority of the time people say when they feel that hollow or that burning or that acidic feeling, it was fear. It was when they feel ridiculed. It could be in school, ridiculed in school by a teacher, by a parent. When you were in a grocery store and you asked for something and they said, you can't have that. You don't deserve that. What did you do to deserve that? Whatever. You didn't mow the lawn, whatever. Where you felt inferior in some way. That's where that feeling came from. And he said himself, it was crying because his father was a World War II vet, military, and he couldn't stand Jack even when he was a baby crying. He said he just couldn't stomach it. It brought him back. It made him feel like he was going to cry. So he just would put Jack in the car and close the doors and get away from him and go back in the house. And leave the baby crying in the car, the toddler in the car. Leave the baby away so he didn't have to deal with it. So Jack's first notion was, I'm not worthy of attention. I'm not worthy. Why would I ever cry? He said he just stopped at that point when he first had, realizing it was to no effect. He wouldn't get attention, affection, or anything when he cried. And so for years and years and years, it was like just, he would suppress that. And when he finally went into therapy, he realized that we are conditioned to behave a certain way. Year 1 through 7, we are taught by our parents, by our teachers, by higher ups, you can't feel that way or this will happen. You're not allowed that because you don't deserve it. So whenever anything happens, and we feel low or undeserving, it's a trigger from that time period. It really is. It's not now. It's not who we are. It is simply an emotion that is attached to a stage in life where we felt unworthy, unloved, unsupported. So whenever you start to feel that, say, that's the baby me. I love you. And I realize that that's what that is. But I am now in control of my thoughts. And I realize I was always worthy of love and attention and support. I simply didn't have it available to me at that time. But I'm going to give it to myself now. Dude, I can't even tell you how that, right after I heard that on the little podcast, I'm like ready to cry. And I'm like, just calm down, because I understand that and realize that whenever you feel like that lone person and you feel like no one's listening, know that that people care, that everybody sometimes is in their own phase. And I tell everybody this: if you feel like there is nobody out there that you can talk to and listen to you, please come to my Instagram and DM me. I go through everything. I can speed read. And if I feel like in any way, shape, or form I can help you, just by being someone that you can express that to, that feeling, that fear, whatever. And if I have any kind of education or information I can find or know on that, I will respond to you, because that's what all of it is about: the connectivity and the knowing that somebody is out there and gives a flying crap, right? Because sometimes people feel isolated. And just when I think of somebody putting a friggin' baby in a car because it's crying and they can't deal with it, I'm like, I just started sweating and I felt like I was going to cry. And now look at him. He's being now, through the Chicken Soup for the Soul books that he's sold. I mean, he sold 700 million copies. I can't remember, 70 million, whatever. But now he's just like a gazillionaire, and he deserves it because he understood that's not me. How that neglected, abandoned feeling was just a feeling in the past when he felt unsupported, and Now, when we look for support in the right places and we get it, we can do anything, right? So just comment down below if like that story made you just get the chills, because I was like, oh my gosh, you know? And a lot of people have suffered many, many levels and degrees of abuse and neglect because they had parents that couldn't cope, or aunts or grandparents or whatever, and they do come through, and they are the people that become the trailblazers because they have that deep emotional pocket of, I overcame this and it wasn't the end of me. Nothing is the end of us, nothing. And we're always going to push through, and we're always going to strive to be our better selves. I love you guys. You are amazing. The fact that you're watching me and you watch other people like me says that you know there is support and love and positivity out there, and you're seeking it, so you're already on that road. So love and light to all of you guys.